Cinderella. Cinderella is a beautiful and kind-hearted girl whose world turns upside down on the death of her beloved mother. Her father marries a wicked lady. The stepmother and the stepsisters are cruel to Cinderella and treat her like a maid in the house. One day, the king decided to throw a ball and invited all the young maidens in the kingdom, while Cinderella's sisters made her help them get ready for the ball. Not once did they ask her if she would like to go with them. Once they left, her fairy godmother appeared and helped Cinderella go to the ball with a bit of magic that would only last until midnight. At the ball, Cinderella caught the eye of the prince, as she was the most beautiful girl there, and they danced all night. When midnight came, Cinderella had to leave the ball, and in her hurry, one of her glass slippers fell off her feet. The prince found this slipper and vowed to marry the girl who the slipper belonged to. The prince went from house to house, looking for the girl whose foot fit the slipper, and he reached Cinderella's house. Though Cinderella's stepsisters and stepmother tried to keep her from trying it on, the glass slipper was a perfect fit, and she was soon married to the prince and lived happily ever after. This is a wonderful story that captures how keeping a humble attitude will reap its rewards.
Having a best friend. A story tells that two friends were walking through the desert. During some point of the journey, they had an argument, and one friend slapped the other one in the face. The one who got slapped was hurt, but without saying anything, wrote in the sand, "Today my best friend slapped me in the face." They kept on walking until they found an oasis, where they decided to take a bath. The one who had been slapped got stuck in the mire and started drowning, but the friend saved him. After he recovered from the near drowning, he wrote on a stone, "Today, my best friend saved my life." The friend who had slapped and saved his best friend asked him, "After I hurt you, you wrote in the sand, and now you write on a stone. Why?" The other friend replied, "When someone hurts us, we should write it down in sand, where winds of forgiveness can erase it away. But when someone does something good for us, we must engrave it." Moral: do not value the things you have in your life, but value who you have in your life.
Fulfilling a promise. Ever since the beginning, the girl's family member disagree her relationship with the boy, saying that because of family background, if she insists of being together with the boy, she'll suffer for her whole lifetime. Because of the pressure applied by family members, she frequently quarrels with him. The girl does love the boy. She used to ask him, "How much do you love me?" Because the boy is not good with words, he used to make her angry. With additional comment from her parents, her mood get even worse. The boy has become her anger-releasing target, and the boy just silently allowed her to continuously release her anger on him. Later, the boy graduated from university. He planned to further study overseas, but before he left, he proposed to the girl. "I don't know how to say nice words, but I do know that I love you, if you agree. I am willing to take care of you the whole life. About your family members, I will work hard to convince them and agree on us. Marry me, will you?" The girl agreed, and her parents, looking at the effort shown by the boy, agreed with them. Finally, before the boy go overseas, they are engaged. The girl stay back in the hometown, step into the working society, whereas the boy continuing his study overseas. They maintained their relationship through telephone and letters. Although time is difficult to get through with, but both of them never give up. One day, the girl left home for work as usual. On her way to the bus stop, a car lose control and knock her down. As she awake from unconsciousness, she saw her parents and realized how seriously she got hurt and how fortunate of her not to get killed. Looking at her parents, with their face got all wet by their tears, she tried to comfort them. But then, she found out she tried her best to make some voice, but all she managed was to breath without any voice. She's mute. According to the doctor, the injury affected her brain, and that caused her to be mute for the rest of her life. Listening to her parents persuade, but can't even reply with a single word, the girl collapsed. Throughout the days, others than crying silently, still it is crying. Later, the girl discharged from hospital. Returning to her home, everything is still like before, except that the phone ring has turned into the worst nightmare of hers. Ring after ring, continuously stimulate her, stimulating her pain, but she can't tell the boy. She don't want to be a burden to him, and wrote him a letter telling him that she no longer want to wait. The relationship between them ended, and even returned him the engagement ring. Facing the letters and telephone from the boy, all she can do is to allow tears falling from her eyes. Her father decided to move after seeing the pain she is suffering. Hoping that she could forget everything and be happier into a new environment, the girl started to learn, slowly picking up sign language and start over again, also telling herself to forget the boy. One day, her best friend tell her that the boy's back. He's searching all around for her. She asked her best friend not to tell him about her and asked her to tell him to forget her. After that, for more than a year, there was no news of boy. One day her best friend tells her that the boy is getting married soon, and passed the wedding card to her. She opened the card sadly, but she found her name on the card. The moment she want to ask her best friend, the boy appear in front of her. With an unfamiliar sign language, he told her, "I spent more than a year's time to force myself to learn sign language. In order to tell you, I have not forgot our promise. Give me an opportunity, let me be your boy, I love you." Looking at the slow sign language by the boy, and the engagement ring she gave back to him, she finally smiled. Moral: do not be a coward and run away whenever there is a problem. Remember that every problem has a solution. Never ever break someone's heart, you may not know when it will happen to you.